Hello and welcome to the United Stand, Friday night football. Probably not a great advert for it from Manchester United, but the reality is, as I was saying on the watch along, as my old coach used to say in cup games, the most important thing at the end of the game is that your team's name is in the hat for the next round, and Manchester United are there. And we won't remember this game against Derby with much passion, with much affection, apart from a wonder strike from Jesse Lingard, who is definitely drinking the wonder stuff at the moment. Messi Lingard, they call him, definitely in the form of his life. How long can it last? Some people are saying give him the number 7 shirt. Some people are saying he's a Ballon d'Or contender. If he keeps playing like he's been playing the last week, scoring the goals he's been scoring over the last week, then seriously, people need to take note. For me, I'm going to be totally honest, he's got to do it between now and the end of the season every single week. But at the moment, the consistency, the form is fantastic. And I do want to say as well, the Lukaku goal at the end, I loved it. I want to talk about that in a minute as to why I loved it. But the reality is, we don't score that goal at the end without Jesse Lingard's goal, which was pretty much from nothing. You know, United was sort of tamely knocking on the door against Derby County. So much possession, not really doing a hell of a lot with it. Hit the post a few times. Lingard's goal, a bit like the Burnley goal, a bit like the Everton goal on the weekend, in midweek, sorry. Out of nothing, really. And the finish is not many people can do that. The technique, really out of nothing. And it kills Derby so much that they then have to go on the attack and we score a breakaway goal, which was great. But we don't score the second goal without Lingard's fantastic winner yet again. Brilliant goal, brilliant performance. He's not my man of the match, but don't kill me. There's a reason for it. In relation to Manchester United's performance, I want to talk about Mkhitaryan. Is that the end of him? Why? The only negative thing I'm going to say about United, I'm going to get it out of the way so we can focus on the positives, is that I don't understand why at Old Trafford for the last few games, probably started with the City game, Old Trafford, Theatre Dreams, we can't get out of third gear. We can't get the tempo up. We can't get the crowd up. And I don't know why that is. And maybe it's just one exciting signing, somebody who creates chances. It could be something as really as simple as we're not creating enough chances. We're not exciting enough. We're just going through the motions a little bit. But when someone like Martial comes on, that last 20 minutes, the crowd change and United look better. And I think the players feed off the crowd, and I think the crowd feed off the things that Mourinho does. And I think the one thing I would say, bringing it to Mkhitaryan in relation today, is that a lot of people reacted the same way as me. That when that team news came out, and it must be the same for people at the ground, you see Mkhitaryan on there and you go, oh, he's had so many chances. Why is he playing? Oh, I thought Twansibi was starting. He's not even in the squad. Why is Darmian on the bench again? And it knocks probably enthusiasm down a couple of steps. And then in the ground, they need that enthusiasm to go back up again from the team. And then the team doesn't provide that. And then you're sort of stuck in third gear. I think United need a new signing. I definitely think we need a winger and an attacker. I think Mourinho also needs to just be a little bit cleverer about how the performance of the team in relation to tempo and excitement feeds off the atmosphere and excitement of the fans. And I think a little nice quick win tonight would have been to play a Twansibi, would have been to put a kid on the bench that wasn't McTominay, that actually had a bit of something about them. I think we're very close, but I think at home recently we've just dropped a little bit, whereas away from home we're really good. So, but the positive thing is, regardless of what Liverpool are doing and the exciting things, and you know the fact that they're now knighting Van Dijk on the pitch because he scored a late winner, don't really care. United, we won. We're in the draw for the next round. Of course, there's areas for improvement, but in relation to 2018, we've won 2 games. We're going the right way. I think we definitely need to make some signings in the next few games before Stoke City. But Martial came on and was fantastic. I'm going to give Anthony Martial man of the match because he wasn't. I can hear everyone moaning now. You could even say Lukaku. Who came on at half time. He got an assist and a goal. Martial came on for a lot shorter period of time. But the reason I would give it to Martial is because in that game you've got a situation where Manchester United need something to start happening. And what Martial did, he didn't create the first goal, but he picks it up on the left. He comes inside, that's what she said, and then he plays it into Lukaku. He makes things happen. Lingard makes something happen out of nothing. Boom. And at 1-0, you know that game's over because Derby can't come back into it. And then the second goal, Martial on the break. And the reason I loved the second goal was because I think that, you know, Lingard's scoring worldies left, right and centre. It'll get boring soon. It won't. Keep doing it. But we know he's got that in his locker. What we haven't seen from United for a long, long time is simple goals, is exciting, quick tempo goals. And that goal from United between Lukaku, who starts it on the halfway line, gives it to Martial, first touch back into Lukaku, bang, in the net. It reminds me of October. It reminds me of September and August, sorry. And United have stopped scoring the quick, simple goals. We're scoring world-class goals, but they will dry up. They will dry up. We're not going to be able to rely on those. What we can rely on are those sort of goals that Lukaku scored there. And he created it and he finished it. And that's great confidence for Lukaku. And that's something I take away from that. I also take away the fact that Martial comes on and he makes things happen. He's one of our... For me, he's got to start every single game. I think Martial's improvement this season, because of Mourinho, is exceptional. And he makes things happen. And subtly or obviously to those people... It was obvious to me. If it's subtle to you, go back and watch it. What Martial does when he comes on the pitch is he scares the opposition. He looks to do things, and that creates things for other people. It's no coincidence that when Mata, Mkhitaryan, Rashford come off and Martial's on, it's great. And the fact also what I loved is that I actually was an advocate of bringing Fellaini on with 10 minutes to go, because I did not want to be in the replay situation, an embarrassing situation where we're 0-0 against Derby with all that possession. So I was like, yeah, chuck Fellaini on this. I mean, I don't really want Fellaini at the club, but if he is at the club, a last 10-minute bench option, long ball, scrap a win, get him on. And I'm so pleased that he came on and did nothing and wasn't the reason we won that game. I'm so pleased we won that game basically because of a world-class finish by Lingard again and some really good play between Martial and Lukaku. And that's how we want to win games. And for those people who want to be negative about it, what I would say is it's a 90-minute game. It's a 90-minute game. We were in control possession-wise. We didn't create the chances, but you can't say... Tommy Tiptoes has made a contribution saying I fell asleep until Lingard scored. It's a 90-minute game. Yeah, we were stuck in third gear, but we scored 2 good goals within 90 minutes. We won it 2-0. We're in the draw, and, you know, Mourinho's not stupid. He'll know as much as we know that you know, it wasn't a horrible performance, but we're not creating enough chances. The tempo's not right, and he'll be looking to address that. And ultimately, I think it's the same as the Everton game. It's certainly the same as Southampton, Burnley, West Brom. We might have won some of those games. We've certainly scored a lot of goals in those games. But you take away the world-class finishes of Martial, of Lingard, where are we creating the chances to score goals? We're not creating enough chances. And he knows that. We know that. And the only way to solve that, unfortunately, is to sign somebody, because I don't think Lingard's a creator. And Mkhitaryan, who was bought for that, I mean, I am going to say, I don't know what you lot think, I felt sorry for Mkhitaryan today, because I think it was probably Mourinho's biggest mistake today, was that why did he pick Mkhitaryan? Everybody, when they saw Mkhitaryan starting, was like, well, most people were like, why? He's had so many chances. What does giving him a chance against Derby do? Was it Burnley a week ago? He got subbed at half time. He was awful. He plays today. It's like, it drains enthusiasm from fans, like I say, because they've lost confidence in him. I think he's lost confidence in himself in a Manchester United shirt. To be fair to him, he put a cross on Rashford's plate, and he's 6 yards out. He should have scored. He didn't score, and Mkhitaryan gets taken off at half-time. And to me, that's embarrassing for him to be taken off at half-time. I don't think he was awful. I don't think he was anywhere near good. Thought he was just pretty bang average, which is what he's been for a long time. But is that the end of Mkhitaryan? I don't really see where playing him today helped. I think if Mourinho wants to work Mkhitaryan back into the team, it's got to be from the bench. And maybe there's a chance that he still can work his way in. But that selection today, and then subbing him off at half-time, was just humiliating. I actually felt sorry for him. So, I don't know. I don't necessarily think he is finished, but it's got to be a long way back. And we need to go and do some business. I mean, the reality is we're not playing Stoke City now until a week on Monday, because it's Monday Night Football. So that gives us 10 days. And, you know, I've spoken about the Ross Barkley deal. I think from a Manchester United point of view, it's embarrassing. We talk about we've got no money. We know that when Pogba is injured, we haven't got a midfielder with attacking intent. You've got a 23 or 24 years old Barkley. Mourinho really wanted him a few years ago at Chelsea. Premier League proven, played with Lukaku, gets loads of assists and loads of goals, and has definitely got potential to go to the next level. And he's cost £15 million. I mean, it ticks every single box for Manchester United, and we're not in for him. And I either hope we've got something better lined up, or I fear we haven't. And I don't... I mean, maybe it's a show for tomorrow, but I think the problem for Manchester United is the news I've heard today is that Mata, Herrera, Young and Blind have all had their contracts extended. If I'm totally honest, Manchester United are not winning titles because the squad has got too many average players in it. And Daley Blind was one of those players that I felt with Darmian we can get money for, we can move on, we can create two spaces in the squad and buy better. And it worries me that we are renewing players in our squad that ultimately represent the problems of the last 3 years. I'm not saying they're terrible players, but I don't think they're good enough players to take us to where we want to be. Ashley Young, Mata, I think Mata is. Herrera has been poor this season. Blind, certainly not. Young's been good, but he's getting older. So you could argue 2 out of those 4 players, possibly even 3, we've renewed their contracts, and then you've got someone like Ross Barkley who I think comes in, solves a problem for cheap, and you could get rid of one of those 4 and bring Barkley in. That's my opinion. I just think that our squad, and it was reflected today, you know, that wasn't our first team today. It was stuck in third gear for a lot of the game. You look at the bench as well. There's not enough inspiration on there. There's just too many players that have been here for a long time that ultimately I don't think are good enough. And maybe playing a kid out there and exciting us and bringing through a few new players or looking to sign somebody is the way to go. But all in all, massively positive about that result. It gets us into the next round. I think, again, we've seen the brilliance of Martial. I thought Pogba had a good game, by the way. I think Smalling being back, I know that's going to upset people, but I think Smalling's really, really important. Really important. I think Lindelof getting more minutes is good. I thought Luke Shaw, you know, I wouldn't say he was man of the match, but I wouldn't say he had a bad performance. It's more minutes in his legs, and he's getting better with every single game. Rashford, I felt sorry for Rashford. Some terrible crosses. Some terrible shots, but he you know, he hit the post a couple of times. He seems to be just unlucky at the moment. Lukaku, good to have him back. Looked confident, looked bubbly. Good to have him back. Martial, brilliant as ever. Mata, not too bad. Lingard, I mean, Lingard's game was probably 7 or 8, 7 out of 10 before the goal, but the goal was so good it knocks him up to a 9 for me. But I would give it Martial man of the match because I think it's a game changer substitution that suddenly creates so much space for everybody else. I mean, Lingard wasn't getting that space till Martial came on because everyone's like, Martial's on, you know, SHIT, we've got to do something about it. So I thought Martial for me gets man of the match. I thought Lukaku was really impactful when he came on, and Jesse, you know, Jesse Lingard at the moment, all you can do is sit back and go, wow. And, you know, there are some of us who don't think it can last. There are some of us who don't think he's really first team quality if we want to win a title. But he's certainly not a player I'd ever be looking at getting rid of anymore, which I think is a massive improvement. I think he's certainly somebody who should be part of the matchday squad every week. I think his technique is superb at the moment, and the longer his form continues like this, the better for him and the better for Manchester United. I'm not going to make any predictions about Lingard anymore. I'm just going to say, look, let's sit back and enjoy it and let's see where it goes. I think people who say give him the number 7 shirt or he can be our permanent number 10, I think they're as naive as those people who say he's not good enough for United. I think at the moment, let's just see. Let's enjoy it. Let's see where it goes. First 3 months of the season, he was pretty average. Last 6 weeks, he's been brilliant. Let's see where he is in 6 weeks. I'm just really pleased that he scored that goal because he gets us into the draw, and it's positive for United. And we didn't want to replay, and Jesse saved us, and Martial was brilliant, and so was Lukaku. So thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. We have got fan cams coming up. They will be up. Let's see what people have got to say at the ground. They'll be going up from about 11:15, about an hour's time. So speak to you all very soon. And Lingard's not quite my favourite at the moment, but yeah, it's he's doing fantastically well at the moment. Martial's my boy. Martial's my boy. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're getting close to 173,000 subscribers. Bottom right hand corner, hit the subscribe icon, and don't forget to drop a like. Back tomorrow morning at about 10:30. We're going to do a transfer roundup. That's going to be interesting. We're all about transfers now, aren't we, for the next 10 days? But we're in the FA Cup draw. We can sit back, relax, and not have our weekend ruined by the fact that we've drawn 0-0 and we're in a replay. So I'm happy. You're happy. Lingard's buzzing. That boy is hot. And we're in the draw. So lots to be positive about. Speak to you all soon. Thanks for watching. Can't do it without you. You're all bloody fantastic. And enjoy your weekend. Oh, well, I'll be back with you tomorrow, but enjoy your Friday night. Speak to you soon.